Okay, let's go.
70 sick, one crew down. What really happened on the Serenade of the Seas?
Matthew McConaughey and Princess Diana, the surprising club they both belong to.
All that and more on today's episode of Cruse News.
Welcome to Gen X Cruise Life. If this Harvest Gold Lady Kenmore brings back childhood memories, then this is the cruise channel for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain. We have a gastrointestinal situation.
That's the moment a 13-night cruise from San Diego to Miami devolved into a floating episode of Outbreak. In less than 48 hours, 71 passengers and one crew member were quarantined, while hazmat-suited teams scrubbed the ship like a crime scene. Welcome aboard.
Look, this isn't to scare you off of cruises. It's to show how the Norovirus turned the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line's Serenade of the Seas into a giant petri dish, and how the crew, against all odds, stopped the spiral. From the first sick passenger to the final CDC sign-off, this is the story you didn't see on Instagram.
September 19th, San Diego Pier is gleaming. Over 2,000 passengers are toasting with mimosas. Everyone's making TikToks of zip lines and chocolate fountains. Nobody's worried about viruses, they're just worried about missing the 4 p.m. bingo game.
Below deck, it's a whole different world. Housekeepers prep over 1,000 cabins as chefs sling 12,000 plates a day. A single, but not yet symptomatic, guest drops her duffel bag and heads to the buffet while grabbing a pair of communal tongs. That's domino number 1, game on.
Night 2, a teenager makes a dead sprint from the theater, hand clamped over his mouth. By sunrise, guest services was fielding 14 calls about food poisoning. The ship's medical center, designed for 6 people, is suddenly dealing with 25. It became clear this wasn't the salmon mousse when entire families started arriving in matching bathrobes, looking like a defeated cult. Stool samples are put on ice, the staff is double-gloved, and the ship's outbreak plan, 3 binders thick with dust, is finally cracked open.
Royal Caribbean calls it Code Red, but think of it as DEFCON 1 for vacations. Step 1, isolate the sick. Passengers get cabin bound, sick crew are sent to their quarters. Step 2, shut down the fun. The buffet, the salsa class, and the conga line are all canceled. Step 3, bleach everything. All 800 plus crew members trade their usual spray for a 5,000 ppm chlorine solution that stings your eyes through a mask. One cabin steward spent 18 hours scrubbing down the decks. They knew that the chlorine solution was working when they could feel the heat coming through their gloves.
Imagine your 180 square foot cabin is now your jail cell. No window, a roommate who won't stop groaning, and a flickering light. That's quarantine. The consolation prize? 3 hot meals delivered to your cabin in biohazard bags, a 500 megabyte Wi-Fi code, just enough to send 1 angry email, and the TV reminding you to wash your hands.
Kids asked their parents, "Did I do something wrong?" as they watched crew members mop up the floor like they were at Chernobyl.
The ship's command officially consults with the CDC's Vessel Sanitation Program, the entity that helps the cruise industry prevent and control outbreaks. Via encrypted email, they report 71 passengers and 1 crew member acute gastro.
Because the ship was too far out at sea, the VSP couldn't board, so they became a remote partner in this crisis, scrutinizing every temperature log and guiding the cleaning protocols from afar.
By day 4, the lab confirms it's Norovirus, the King Kong of gastrobugs.
The ship sails on, the bars are closed at 10 p.m., trivia is canceled, there's no bingo, and the ship is losing $400,000 a day. But the captain has got to stay within helicopter range of a hospital. That's the rule if more than 2% of the guests on board are sick.
Day 5, new cases drop from 12 to 2. The magic ingredient really wasn't magic, it was mind-numbing repetition.
Every 30 minutes that announcement comes on, it's like a nagging parent reminding you to wash your hands. Housekeeping is spot testing 50 places on the ship that hands are touching, and if any one of them comes up positive for the norovirus, they have to start the cleaning process all over again.
That evening, the buffet reopens. But now it's like a high-security soup kitchen. Crew members serve you from behind plastic shields taller than your head. You point, they plate. Passengers grumbled, because of course they did, but they stopped as soon as the case counter froze at 71. Applause actually broke out.
October 2nd, the Serenade is going to be gliding into Miami. CDC officers in their Navy windbreakers are going to be boarding with clipboards, looking like they're there to audit your taxes.
They review 42 separate cleaning checklists and interview the hotel director. The verdict after all that chaos? A single stamp, satisfactory. No parade, just paperwork, outbreak over. In the past, when there's been an outbreak on a Royal Caribbean ship, they've offered a 100% refund and a 50% credit on a future cruise. At the time of this filming, we haven't heard what the response will be to this particular outbreak.
72 people got sick out of about 2,700 people on board. The CDC says that is 3.9% of the passengers. It doesn't sound like a big number until it's your vacation.
70 people getting sick on a cruise? That sounds like a backyard kegger in the 80s. I think the music was a little better in the 80s.
Definitely better.
You know, you can't really blame the cruise industry for
No.
this sickness because people get sick on land vacations.
That's right, you get sick at Disney World.
The difference is that on land, you can't connect the dots. People are coming and going. You know, if some guy touches his norovirus hand or his virus hand on a wall at the Hyatt Regency,
Right.
you know, you can't connect that to Bob who was just passing through.
Yeah, because you're not stuck with them for 7 days. They're checking in and out.
This is all contained,
Yeah.
so that you get to see it multiply.
Right.
But it happens all the time, everywhere. If you appreciate this dose of reality, hit subscribe. We drop new videos all the time. We really appreciate everyone who's subscribed. Thank you so much. It means the world to us.
And leave your comments below. Do you have a vacation horror story that you can share with us? We read all the comments and try to respond to them all as well.
When Princess Diana was alive, she was well known for christening a cruise ship. Fast forward to November 6th, 2025. Matthew and Camila McConaughey are set to do the same for the new star princess.
So what is a ship's godparent? It dates back to the ancient mariners where they would ask the gods for protection. Later, human sponsors would break a bottle of champagne on the hull to name the ship and wish it a safe return. It's a powerful symbol that the vessel is seaworthy and protected. Princess Cruises in particular has a hall of fame of very famous godparents. We're talking Audrey Hepburn, who christened the original star princess. Sophia Loren, who is now the godmother of the entire MSC fleet, was also once godmother of the crown princess. And of course, there's Princess Diana. It's a club more exclusive than the Met Gala, yet most travelers have no idea.
So why the McConaugheys? The president of Princess Cruises cited their passion for life and charisma. Plus, it's just smart marketing. Their Pantalones organic tequila is already being served across the fleet, making this a truly integrated partnership.
But the gig isn't all photo ops. The godparents are expected to bless the bridge and mingle with the crew. In return for having their names on the ship's plaque, they also get perks like lifetime cruises and an authentic brand halo that money can't buy.
What will the November 6th ceremony look like? Expect dignitaries, toast, and the main event. Matthew likely giving his signature, all right, all right, all right.
All right, all right, all right.
Before Camilla smashes the champagne bottle. If it breaks on the first swing, maritime legend says it means smooth sailing. From ancient rituals to Princess Diana and the McConaughey's, ship christenings have become a mix of superstition and celebrity. The McConaughey's are now part of that glamorous history. As the star princess sails, she'll carry their name, their tequila, and a century-old wish for smooth sailing.
So who would you pick as a ship's dream godparent? Leave it in the comments below.
Yeah, and if you like what we're doing, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. We appreciate each and every one of you. And now we've got a video coming up that YouTube thinks you need to watch.
You party people.